On this 90-plus degree day, several young men work on boats down at Boston's Marine Industrial Park, vacuuming and cleaning out one boat, varnishing another. While the tasks are simple, the backgrounds of these young men are anything but. Most are former gang members enrolled in a unique program.
MAP is really focused on a community-based, hands-on vocational training.
Based at the Hull Life-Saving Museum, MAP, or the Maritime Apprentice Program, has been training young offenders in the marine trade since 2004. Apprentices are taught skills both big and small, from carpentry and woodworking to electrical and plumbing systems. They work on a range of vessels, some as long as 40 feet. But Supervisor Ed Norton says the first goal is getting apprentices to think positively of themselves.
The fact is that guys that come to our shop have really no sense of future except day to day. And so what we're asking them to do is to buy into going to school, graduating from school, coming to work every day, being responsible for themselves and then others.
MAP operates year-round. Before that, the museum ran a similar program during the summer. But after it was over, many apprentices ended up back in trouble, says Museum Director Lori Newmeyer.
They'd all re-enroll in school in September. And then we noticed that every year, right around Columbus Day, like 6 weeks after the program happened, everyone sort of fell off the cliff. And suddenly, we're back in jail. They'd spend the winter pretty much in prison or reoffending.
Apprentices such as Trevor and Daniel say MAP has helped them steer away from that revolving door. Because of their gang ties, we've agreed not to show their faces or use their real names.
There's a couple things that they help you with, but it's just not about a job, about money. It's just about helping you. They want to help you with your life. They want to help you.
I was just basically doing nothing positive, like just chilling around, in the streets, like nothing really motivating me to do anything positive. I came here, and that's all it's been. Got my GED out the way, and it's just steps and steps. I'm just climbing up the ladder from here.
And it's a ladder that's led to success. More than 2/3 of MAP's apprentices have stayed out of trouble since starting this program.
Once we kind of established our credibility that way, it allowed folks to come in a way that they were really more positive about the program. They saw that something could actually happen with a guy that they didn't think could make it out of that lifestyle.
Trevor says he hopes the training will lead to a union job at a shipyard. Meanwhile, Daniel, who just earned his GED, plans to enroll in college. And joining me now are Ed Norton, who is the director of the Maritime Apprentice Program, and Feliciano Tavares from the Boston Public Health Commission. Welcome. This sounds like such a fantastic program. And you mentioned that some of the kids were not buying in, but now apparently more of them are buying in and succeeding.
Well, what I was referencing at that point was the first group that we had 6 or 7 years ago that really tested us for a good 6 to 7, 8 months and had never seen anybody succeed. And then the ladder started of young people that the first guy that got out of the program got a job. The second guy got a job. So then when we had referrals from DYS or any other referral base, the kids had something to look at to say, you know what, I could really do this. So now where we have a guy go to Ben Franklin Institute for an HVAC program, guys sitting in the shop see him come by and say, whoa, I want to do that. So the idea that somebody actually has succeeded before me allows them to follow that trail a little easier.
You know, we've all read stories, Feliciano, about how hard it is to stay out of the gang culture in Boston, even if you want to stay out of the gang culture. And you're meeting some of these young men when they're coming into the hospital with gunshot wounds and stab wounds. Take us from that moment when they come into the hospital to when they get into this program.
Definitely. I think a huge part is first trying to make a connection, build some trust. And I think that comes along with, making sure that they have a PCP, making sure their insurance is okay, and then following them with their surgical follow-up appointments, and then we follow them into the community. And that's where the real foundation comes in terms of employment, maybe school, following through with whatever probation things that they have to follow through with. So I think it's important to kind of show them an alternative path to what that could possibly be. And I think, with the violence being so pervasive right now, I think that it's really important to kind of provide young people with an alternative way to go. And I think once they see, success, I think that it's very easy for them to buy in, and then it gives them an alternative choice, and that's huge because then that permeates through their group and then with the community.
So you get them from where they are over, at least some of them, over to you, Ed, at MAP, right? And how many kids are you talking? Can you take at one time?
We really, over a course of a year, it's around 20.
About 20 kids.
Inside the shop, though, we really only take in one at a time.
Okay.
And it's a slow matriculation because what you have to understand is when we bring someone in, we stay with them for 2 to 3 years. So it's not like there's this wide open door where everybody comes into the shop. It's a one at a time process. So what we'll do is literally I'll go and meet a young person that Felice may know that could fit the program. We have an initial interview, and then they come in and spend time in the shop without getting paid to see whether they fit. And then we take it from there. We have it's an ongoing discussion. So the issue is that we're not a big place. We're a very small place, and we do that one young person at a time.
Is that a big key to the success here, that it is one young person at a time?
Absolutely.
And what do you think? I think people look at kids that are 17, 18, 19 and say, okay, they had a brush with the law, but now they're done, they've done their time, or they've gone through probation, whatever it is. How come they can't get a job? What do you see? What would you want to tell people about how difficult it is to come from tough circumstances and make that transition?
Well, the leap is that, number one, you have to, in a young person's eyes, is a big brick wall that they see no way over. They have no connection to how to get over that wall. So what they need to see is that you actually can put a window, or break a window in that wall, and one guy has made it, and maybe I can. So first they have to have the idea that they even have they are going to live long enough to start climbing a ladder to get over the wall. So first you have to break through that mindset, because guys that are in the street really feel like their time span on the planet is not too long. So they're not planning long term. So then it becomes, well, you need to start doing that. And then you need to start issues around anger management, authority. You need to prep young people that haven't been in what we consider job readiness type of place. They've got to get a handle on that before they even really feel like they can take the chance to do that.
Who pays for this?
It's a combination of the City of Boston, Jobs and Community Services funnels money from Department of Labor. That's about a third of our money. And another 2/3 is through foundations and fundraising that Laurie Neumeyer, our executive director of the Hull Life Saving Museum, does all that foundation and grant building.
Okay.
And we've just started working in the last 2 years with the City of Boston Public Health Commission on a contractual basis for some of our guys as well.
So, Felicio, I know you don't want to name names, but there must have been young men you've seen go from A to Z and made you very happy. Give us an example of that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see what I do for work, and it must be a tough job. But I think what they don't realize is when you see a win, when you see a victory, that just makes up for all the tough times. And I think from a public health, any standpoint you think about, these kids are so vulnerable. Public health, education, violence. I just think from any angle you look at them, and they're really vulnerable citizens. And so when you see a young person acquire a GED and then maybe go on to a 2-year school, maybe find a career for themselves, and then become a productive citizen, I mean, that's just, that stuff ripples out in the community. And so people feel that, and that's a huge part of why I do this work.
Okay, you feel pretty good about it too. Look at your face. You're smiling from ear to ear.
I do.
And this is very rewarding.
Absolutely.
See these kids turn around. Okay. Ed Norton, Director of Maritime Apprentice Program, and Feliciano Tavares from Boston Public Health Commission. Thank you both, and congratulations on a great program.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.